Good day to you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video with Crypto Ninjas. My name is Dale, and this video we will be looking at Space and Time, the latest projects on the Binance Launchpool. I will talk about what Space and Time is, its design, as well as compare it to similar projects, and as always predict the SXT token price after being listed on Binance. Let's go. But before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe to Crypto Ninjas for the best crypto contents and use all of our referral links for 20% off of the trading fees for life. Thank you very much. So first of all, what is Space and Time? Well, Space and Time is a decentralized data platform designed to bridge on-chain and off-chain data for blockchain applications. It leverages zero-knowledge or ZK proofs to ensure the data integrity and verifiability, enabling smart contracts to access and process complex data queries securely and efficiently. The key word here is process complex data queries, okay? Now, if you go down to their website, you can see that Space and Time, when it comes to the architecture, is a decentralized replacement for your blockchain indexing service, database, data warehouse, and API servers, all secured by our sub-second ZK coprocessor for SQL. That means Space and Time can do all of this while different projects cannot. Let me give you an example. Let's compare Space and Time to Chainlink. Chainlink and Space and Time is very similar when it comes to data feeding to your project. So imagine you building a game, right, that requires like real-time data like the weather or the prices of different tokens or the users' scores or activities, whatever, right? Both Chainlink and Space and Time can help bring that off-chain data like the weather the conditions to your smart contract, right, to your project. But how they do it and what kind of data that they can handle is very different. Again, the key word here is to be able to handle complex data queries, okay? So when it comes to Chainlink, all right, Chainlink is very good for, bringing small bits of data, for example, different token prices, and, weather information and, again, random numbers or off-chain data to your project. But they cannot do complex queries, all right? They cannot handle that data. For example, they cannot just give you the top performing tokens in 24 hours. No, they cannot do that. They can only feed you the raw data. It is up to you as a developer, as a researcher, to be doing all of the queries and doing all of the data handling to be able to come up with the top performing tokens in 24 hours. That's up to you. This is where I think Space and Time is superior to Chainlink. Look at that, all right? So without Space and Time, here's what you need to do if you are a developer or like a researcher, right, or a data analyst. So there are different datas, right? Blockchain data, smart contracts, application data, different datas. And if you want to turn this data into leaderboard, dashboards, or to your DApps, you have to go through different middlemans. Look at that, like RPC, indexing nodes. You have to figure out APIs, JDBC. I don't even know what these words mean, all right? Middlewares, whatever, right? You have to go through different third parties in order to query and handle this data into dashboard and DApps. But with Space and Time, look at that, everything is very streamlined, all right? All of your blockchain data, like from real-time, decoded and free, smart contracts, application data, centralized databases, whatever, you name it, all right? It all go into Space and Time, all right? And then Space and Time can handle all of that with their platform. They have, studios that you can do that, and then you can shoot all of those data to all those DApps, dashboards, smart contracts, AI, whatever, you name it, all right? Look at that, it's very streamlined, and this is, I think, very revolutionary. Now, looking at their AI studio for building apps and dashboard, this is where you can turn all of those raw data and handle it and turn it into beautiful dashboards for your project, all right? Prompt to SQL plus instant charts and dashboards. Easy AI tools for building your on-chain app. They have different templates that you can use, right? There's no code required. So basically, if I want to do it, I can figure it out in a couple of days and I can just basically build my own dashboard. This completely changed the game of how data analyzing works, right? So very powerful, right? Look at that, natural language SQL queries, generate code in seconds with their AI chatbot. Write queries like show me all users that made transactions in the last hour. It is just that easy, all right? They also have another product that I think projects builder will also love, is that you can design your own token economy in minutes. Again, this is all pre-built, all right? They have built-in templates that you can do. So what you can do is you can simulate, right, the tokenomics, right, optimize your design parameters and everything, look at how your token would perform in different case scenarios. All right, and you can export all of this data into very nice graphics, and maybe you can even send it to your community and your team to look at it and be like, hey, you know what do you think about this tokenomics that I just cooked up? Do you think that we should go through with this one? Do you think we should change another one? Nomy Finance is powerful for that. And all of this is done with their proprietary technology called the proof of query and verifiable data. All right. So proof of SQL is a novel zero knowledge protocol developed by Space and Time, which proves that each query computation was done accurately and that both the query and the underlying data are verifiably tamper-proof. Connect scalable off-chain data processing to your smart contracts, prove that your data hasn't been manipulated, and verify the integrity of private data without revealing the data itself, all within block time. This is amazing technology right here. Space and Time is now being launched on the Binance Launchpool, the leading centralized exchange in the world, man. This is the official announcement for the Space and Time token, the SXT, on the Binance Launchpool, 69th. Very nice. So first you got to look into the token details. All right, so the maximum token supply is about 5 billion tokens. A little bit, strange, a little bit different from what we've seen normally, like 1 to 10 billion, but now they have 5 billion. To me, that's okay, right? The Launchpool token rewards will be 2.5% of token supply. Very nice. An additional 25 million tokens will be allocated to the other marketing campaigns. An additional 50 million tokens will be allocated to the other marketing campaigns as well, 6 months after the spot listing. So they be going all into Binance, all right? So which is what I love. I'm a big fan of Binance. The initial circulating supply, though, when being listed on Binance, is about 28%. Now that is a little bit high. You know what I mean? Like we normally deal with like what 11-15% when it comes to the initial supply, but straight up we have like 28%. They're going to be available on Ethereum and Base, not on Binance Smart Chain though, which is a shame. So these are the details, right? If you want to look at it, they also have an Airdrop program, which I will not get into the details because it is for early contributors and basically supporters of the project, right? Which is called the Giga Claim Zero. 375 million tokens will be available for claim to the eligible community members. I am not eligible, obviously. I didn't know about the project until a few days ago. So yeah, if you're eligible, go ahead and go to this link and claim, and congratulations, man, you earned yourself something. The next thing we're going to be talking about is how to join this Binance Launchpool of Space and Time. Very easy. Go to our referral link down in the description for 20% off of your Binance trading fees for life. All right, so there are 3 different pools that you can stake in: BNB, FDUSD, and USDC pool, all right, with different rates. Now, personally, if you want to participate in this launch pool, I would suggest you to have BNB and join the BNB pool. That is where you get the most amount of rewards compared to the the other 2 pools, which are stable coins. All right, and just pick the pools that you like and select the amount of BNB that you want to lock in, and just click on lock. All right, at the time of making this video, you have about more than 1 day, about 2 days left. All right, so you don't have a lot of time, so hurry up. It only goes on for about 2 days, so things are getting rushy over here. And the last thing we're going to be talking about is predicting the price of Space and Time SXT token after being listed on Binance. Take a look at this, guys. I am researching for promising projects for the next bull run, and I came across Nomy Finance, and Nomy Finance seems to be a hidden gem for the next bull cycle. Nomy Finance is an emerging global platform specializing in digital wealth management, crypto-backed lending, and strategic venture investments. Look at that. They have different products for your choice, all right? They have over 6 years in this market, trusted by the people worldwide, right? 1.5 plus million users worldwide, with about $7 billion worth of insurance on custodial assets. And talking about the assets, they have over 700 assets to earn on, and most of them are crypto assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Tether, BNB, Solana. They're also fully regulated in over 200 jurisdictions or countries, with about $91.3 million worth of interest being paid out to the investors. Take a look at all of their offerings, alright? So they have three main categories that would change the way that you are dealing with digital wealth, alright? Nomy is like a one-stop shop, one-stop platform for everything when it comes to your digital wealth, alright? You can manage it, you can grow it, and you can spend it with all of their products that are readily available to you. So if you come to Nomy, you don't want to go anywhere else. Nomy also has a dedicated white paper or documents where you can learn everything about the platform. This is their roadmap for 2025 as well. So as you can see, they are going to release the Nomy token, which is an insane milestone for this project. There's going to be massive airdrops, marketing programs, and then listing on leading CXs or centralized exchanges. The team of Nomy is one of the top in the market. They bring together industry leaders with extensive expertise in fintech, institutional trading, traditional banking, and Web3 financial services across global markets. You can also look at the tokenomics of Nomy before you decide to invest. 3 billion Nomys in total, with the initial market cap of about $120 million, FDV at about $900 million. Personally, this is a very well thought out tokenomics that I'm sure is going to be very sustainable in the next bull run. If you want to invest in a token, this is the way to do it. Log into the Nomy account and you can participate in their public sale, alright? Round 1, round 2, 3, and 4. You can use any of the tokens or cryptos that you have to purchase Nomy, alright? I have USDT, so I'm just going to click on buy, and I have 83,000 Nomy tokens after I purchased $5,000 worth of USDT. Look at that, right? Purchase successful. And after the token is listed on decentralized and centralized exchanges, one Nomy would be worth about 30 cents, which makes my initial investment to be at around $25,000, an insane amount of gains in such short period of time. So if you're interested in Nomy, go ahead and do your research and participate in early stages. The earlier you are, the better. Personally, I think Nomy is one of the hidden gems in this market, and it can easily do a 5 to 10x in the next bull run in 2026 because the market is going to be looking good. And so with Nomy and all of the amazing products that they offer, I have no doubt that this is going to be one of the top projects that you need to look at. And thank you very much, Nomy, for sponsoring today's video. Space and Time total funding is about 50 million tokens from seed, strategic, and Series A, 20, 20, and $10 million from years and years ago. So they are definitely one of the top projects in crypto that raised like big amount of money, right? 50 millions is no small deal. And some of the investors and backers are top tier. We got Hashkey, Framework, Arrington, Digital Currency Group, OKX Venture, right? GSR, P2, IOSG, so big names right now, so that's good news. And plus they're on the Binance Launchpool, all right, so that's very nice. Now when it comes to the token price, however, I'm looking at some of the pre-markets of SXT, and I'm saying the floor price is about 18 cents per token. Now remember, the Space and Time total token supply is about 5 billion. So with the price of about 18 to 20 cents, that would be about 900 to about $1 billion in FDV. Personally, I think 18 to 20 cents is a fair valuation for a project like this. Their innovation is just off the chart, right? I love what they bring to the table. They're pretty much like Chainlink, but better. So yeah, this is valid. This is my go-to prediction as well. But my bull case is going to be at around $1.2 to $1.3 billion, which put the price of one SXT to at about 24 to 25 cents. And the bear case is going to be $700 to $800 million, which puts the price of SXT to be at around 15 to 16 cents. However, I am more leaning towards the middle case, which is about 18 to about 20 cents. However, I think after being listed on Binance, the token, again, as you know, most of the launch pools that we've seen these days, the token price is going to have a very downward momentum, and maybe it will go down to as low as about 15, 16 cents after the next couple of days, and maybe it will bounce back to about 20 to 24 cents after a few weeks of listing, depending on how Bitcoin goes, depending on the macro economy, all right? But that's going to be my price prediction. And that's it for this video about Space and Time SXT, the latest project on the Binance Launchpool. Let me know in the comments what you think about the price of SXT is going to be after being on Binance. If you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe to Crypto Ninjas for more contents like this, and use all of our referral links for 20% off of the trading fees on all exchanges for life. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in our next video. Daily out.